Hello, hello, hello. We are live again today. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. What's up? How are you guys doing? So, today's stream will be purely on Rust. No such things like checking IQ and all. So, we'll start this stream in 5 minutes. Uh, I'll also keep looking for my messages over here, some important messages that I can, get from my colleagues, office mates. For now, we'll share this thing on the platforms like Twitter and LinkedIn so that we could have some, if we are lucky, we can have some people joining. Uh, I am changing uh, changing the thread based implementation to async using Tokio. Uh, Maybe I could copy this and paste it. Now let's go on LinkedIn. I'll see. All right. So we have 3 people watching. Guys, if you are related to tech field, stay here. I'll show you how do we, my current implementation is thread based on my this thing. So we'll change it, we'll try to modify this thing to a more prod grade implementation. I'll be using Tokio, replacing the thread based implementation, uh, you know to to implement network scanning by using Tokyo's runtime. But let me just gain some audience first. So I'll be posting these uh, the live link on LinkedIn. Meanwhile, if you guys have some questions, feel free to ask on the chat. Maybe I could use some crab emojis to make it look good. Okay, here we are. Sam, who are doing this? Said these bunch of code words have zero meaning. Hey guys, hello, 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 Sam. Why so serious, Sam? No, I don't think they have zero meaning. They have definitely a good, meaning if you are able to understand that. So if I'll tell you what the what this code piece does, uh, you'll be, you'll like it. So currently it scans my network and check for possible DDoS attacks, SYN flood attacks, UDP attacks, UDP flood attacks. So yes, it has absolutely meaning in my terms. Uh, Hopefully, I mean, I'm not sure if you are related to, I mean, this thing, then that's all right. If doesn't mean anything to you, I mean, that's all right, buddy. Okay. So we'll wait for few more minutes, and if we have some familiar audience, then we will start. Hello, hello, Born. How you doing? So hello, hello, Indresh. Welcome back. BR crits, are you leveraging BPF filter before parsing packets and to reduce overhead or processing all packets directly through PNet? I'm processing all packets directly through PNets. I am not using any BPF filters. Uh, Most of the terminologies here are new to me, except for these layers and all. So we had like quite a time finding articles, vlogs, uh, to check for these and how to use pnets. Coding will take you nowhere except working for rich people. uh yes, you're right. Yes sir, you are very right. So BR records, no, it's just a simple plain application. We are just leveraging pnet library. So nothing much, but thank you. We can definitely add that as an improvement. But first we need to check for BPF filters. So yeah, we can do that. Born Sanatani 108. Illiterate hater spotted. Sam. Guys, that's all right. Everyone is, we don't have to be a judge here. That's all right. No problem. Uh, no hate on this platform, please, sir. I mean, he has a valid point though, Sam. Coding will, I mean, it will take you nowhere, definitely. I mean, who we are. I mean, who are we? We can only work for rich people, but that's all right. We choose that thing to work for rich people, and of course, be rich than other half of the people who are not working for rich people. Okay, so I think we should start. Uh, I just wish the electricity will be back. I'm just on my UPS. So we'll do. We had this thread-based implementation, right? So it's a complete. We tried modifying this thing. We tried implementing like adding something. Adobe creation, sir. Can you tell me how can I deploy my HTML, CSS, Java-based tool website from Infinity Free? If you continue looking at that screen with thousands of keywords, your brain will stop functioning after a few years. I am being honest. Okay, that's all right. No, but Sam, I don't think everyone like looks for continuously 8 hours to those words. There are other things as well. So I mean, we can, divert our mind by going out and all. So okay, so BR record. Sam, if you continue, okay, BR record. So when parsing directly from peanut data link without BPF, how are you handling DMA buffer exhaustion on PPS? Are you interacting with AF packet tickets v3 buffer? Okay, relying. No, I'm only relying solely on peanut. It's just for the, it's just a simple project so that you can get your hands dirty, that how rust works. If you have learned something, you have read from a book, now you need a simple project to work on, right? So that you can get along with the format and this kind of thing. So it's a simple project for that. So it's not like using all those, the lingo that you are using. I haven't even heard of AF packet, T packet, v3 ring buffers and all. Adaptations again. Allocation, go work and so okay. Socket abstraction. How do you prevent kernel to user copy bottlenecks in that case? Well, I am noting your points. Definitely, I'll check those out. And you know, uh, these are some good questions. I think this will raise some curiosity on the audience as well. How do you prevent kernel to user copy bottlenecks in that case? Hmm. So, are those related to these network monitoring BR records? Let me just check. BPF filters. A network tap and packet filter that allows network packet to be captured and filtered at the operating system level, providing a raw interface to data link layer. This ensure user can process apply a filter program that used by TCP dump and Wireshark for network traffic analysis. Okay. Now it says intrusion detection where, all right. So here we are just scanning our system using PNet and BR records. I think what you are saying about BPF filter is used by tools like, Wireshark for network analysis and intrusion detection. So definitely we are not at that level, because this is a completely different programming. I guess it's a network programming. So till now we have been just did web development and some of the uh, systems programming. uh, so thanks for the heads up though, these are some really amazing things. uh, the guys on the live can also, your unreachable expression is due to early panic calls and infinite loop without break, return result instead of panic, make both match arm return the same. Yes, yes, yes. So I already said that this code is definitely needs an improvement. That's what I say always in my life, that this code has been all like, it needs some improvement. So it's up to the audience. They are free to uh, explore the code. It's already on GitHub. And thanks for reminding. Let me just put this thing. Uh, File watcher. So the so let me just pin this message. It's already pinned on the chat. So you guys, I mean, you can check this out. Definitely this needs an improvement, of course it does. So we could possibly like you know we could work together on this to do so. That's what this thing is, learning while coding. Yes, yes, yes. And infinite loop without break, of course. That's if we are like, we don't have any condition that will break it, or like errors out gracefully. So this needs some improvement. Okay, it's not linked. Auditron, it's not linked. What does that mean? Hello, hello, Fee Amanallah. Aminallah. Auditron V vibe coding? No, no, we are not. With Shilve Hikari said hi. Hello. ओके, आपका इस इंडस्ट्री में कितने साल हुआ है? सो बी आर रिकॉर्ड्स, आई हैव बीन वर्किंग as a web developer from like 7 to 8 years, and about 7 to 8 months I have been working, I've been learning Rust and migrating my, I mean, just let me just check one thing. Hmm. Yes. So I've been working as like 7 to 8 years as a web developer. Now I'm just learning Rust. So yeah, I mean, mota mota, let's say 9 years, 8 years. Okay, so we are doing good. I think we have 12 viewers that are watching. Now let's do this thing. Okay, so we have this thing, right? We tried implementing this thing. Now let's, you know, so either we can, like remove, I mean, remove the things that are using these threads, because we need to update this thing, right? So maybe we could remove this because it's a completely new branch for this thing, right? So let me open, so this is already on GitHub. So what I'll do is I'll remove all these things. I will these all the function that I already created, I will just, I will not rewrite them, or maybe I could rewrite them, but I think it would be faster to, copy from the already from my repo. So but okay, root x1, hello, hello, how you doing? So we are going good. We have 6 likes and 14 people watching. So on the main, so BR record, are you into like this thing, networking programming, or are you currently using Rust as well? So we have 6 likes. Guys, please tell me, I mean, let me know if audio video is fine, or if I need to zoom in the editor. Do you know how to get an entity list in games? What does that means? Guys, entity list in games. I mean, maybe you require a good Google search. All right, so we have some good discussion, I think, gone through while starting this stream. So if I mean, if you guys are, you know, maybe you can, go through the suggestions of this BR record. I checked it out. I think our buddy's name is Aditya Dhar, but you can check these out things like BPF filters. How do you do that? How do you implement those things? And one bottleneck that he suggested, that kernel to user input or something like that, and all these things. So you can check that out. Game like ESP hex. Sorry, buddy, wrong live. Okay, so now what we do. Okay, so this is what we have done. Maybe start. Now let's do one thing. If I go over here, now I completely, let me just remove this thing. It's already on GitHub, guys, so you don't need to worry about it. It's a completely different branch. Maybe, as I told earlier, that maybe you can merge these two on a separate new branch. I mean the content of these. So uh, for now, let's do this thing. All right. So if I go here, I already have these things, right? Already defined these things. Now on the side by side. Okay, man, you're doing great. Thanks. Thank you for coming on chat. I hope you find your solution to like hacking onto ESP games. Amazing. So guys, please don't, if you are not related to any of these fields, you don't need to subscribe. That's all right. I mean, only subscribe if this, I mean, if this channel or this content will add some value to you, or you will be able to see any videos from this channel next time if it's out. So don't subscribe. That's all right. No problem. You can just like this stream though. You don't have to subscribe. And BR records, I'm still waiting. Are you related to this? I mean, are you using Rust, or you are just, maybe web dev or something? I don't think you have web dev, because you have, I mean, I don't know if you, I mean, these jargons that you used, it could be maybe you have experience in network programming or in networks. So I would really, appreciate if you tell. But anyways, now let's do this thing. So we'll start from, scratch. This monitor thing that we'll write. I will copy the existing functions from the repo. I won't rewrite those because it's already been written. We just need to, use some keywords like async and all. So the earlier thing that is was written over here is was quite, it was cluttery. So we'll start fresh like this. Okay. So now I have created this thing. So now I will just start by creating some, you know, struct. I'll name it async network monitoring. Let me open my GitHub over here so that I can check what properties did I used. So guys, my GitHub repo is on the pinned on the chat, so you guys can follow me there as well. And let me go code network, and you can always feel free to do that thing. All right, so this thing, we have packet stats, right? That's what it is. And we wrapped it around arc and mutex. I hope you must be aware of it, why we did that. I already told you last time. And we have a struct over here that is packet details, right? And this was also a struct, right? And we wrapped it around the same, to just it was attack detector, right? So we need these two as well. So maybe we should you know create like these things. So we'll do pub struct packet details. And what we had over here was we had total packets. Let me know if I miss something. Total packets, I will just do this thing first. So I have IPv4 packets, right? I will, because I need to show these things after every 5 seconds, those stats of the network, right? How many packets are there, how many SYN packets are there, right? So I'll just, and we have IPv6 packets as well. So we have TCP packets as well, UDP packets, SYN packets, right? So if you guys are new, I guess you would be, we also had a last update, right? I'm not sure if it's this like, let me just check again. So we have total packet. I will last update. Why last update? It will be like instant, because this thing will be used uh, to, so we'll have definitely a large number over the time if we keep it running. It will be 264 value 64, maybe, you know so you guys can follow along if you are if you recently joined on the stream. I guess you won't like take much to get this thing, because I'm kind of rewriting. I'll only rewrite those things that we didn't kind of, so we already now we need new as well, right? So maybe like let's first do this thing. Struct, that is attack detector, right? And what we had over here, we have the thresholds, right? So we have SYN flood. So what are we finding currently? We are scanning for SYN floods, DDoS, and UDP floods, right? So we should have a threshold. I mean, if so maybe if you have questions, just ask on the chat. If anyone from the previous chat is there, maybe he could explain why all these fields are there. If it's not, then I will tell, right? Let me just go. Flash, bro. Where are you from? Hello, bro. Assalamu alaikum. Walaikum pranam, bhai. I am from India. Hello, hello. So, I think we have dropped some viewership. That's all right. We have 4 viewers currently. Anyways, let's see if it goes up. There is no, you know, issues with that. Okay. So guys, if you are new on the channel, stick on this thing. We are going to learn something, and you can check out the code what I'm doing over here on the pinned chat. So, and if you are not related to any of these fields, you don't need to subscribe the channel. Just like this stream and say anything on the chat. Okay, now what do we have thing? We have some thresholds over here, right? The limit. So we'll say we have a limit of sin limit. I am not using exact names because I didn't remember those. So we have DDoS limit. So we have UDP limit, right? We have a we have an overall time limit, right? So we have an overall time limit. Why time limit? Because this will be used when we you know so this is a window. Okay, and within this window we need to check only if it's a attack or not, because within a time window we will check how many packets has been received. So if it's a possible attack, then within a few seconds there should be like thousands of packets, tens of thousands of packet. If it's attack, possible attack, not I'm not sure if any it's a real scenario or not, but in my case, ideal scenario, a real time scenario, a real case scenario would be within 1 or 2 seconds there would be 15 to 20 to 50,000 packet coming onto the source. So we have a time limit. Now now we also maintained some hash maps as well, right? We maintained the hash map for sin flood, packet, total TCP packet, and UDP packets as well. For from TCP packets we'll identify the DDoS attacks. From sin packet, like the sin count hash map, we'll identify sin flood, and from UDP count hash map we'll identify UDP flood attacks. So we need to create these things as well. So when I'll do sin collection UDP collection, I'll say TCP collection, uh, these things, right? What else do we need? So we have a time limit as well, right? So I remember we did some reset time as well, right? After a few seconds passed, we need to reset as well. So we need another thing as well, that will call it time start. So start, right? Maybe I can use the same thing. I can copy it from the repo, but it could be easier for you guys if you want to merge like into a separate branch the entire thing, the file processing, like, and process monitor, network monitor. But that's all right. There should be some you know brain teasers as well. So sin limit, definitely it is going to be this thing. DDoS limit, UDP limit. We have a time limit, that's duration, right? A sin collection will be hash map of IP address. We are going to use it of this, and a U32 and a count as well. So a specific IP will how many packets a specific ID is throwing at us will be this collection, right? Key is the IP because it will be unique for every new entity, and packet count is what this hash map will contain as a value, right? So I'll do hash map again, the same IP address and U32. Same goes for TCP collection as well. Hash map IP address and u32, and this time start would be, so this is the time when this time limit will start. So maybe instead of time limit I should say time window, because it's a time window, right? And I'll say time window to window start will be instant. Is this Java? No sense. This is Rust. So uh, now we have written all these things, right? Now we need to initialize these things. So I'll do simple async network mount. I'll say fn new. Let's give it a public visibility for now. Will return self. Oh wow, my mistake. I heard Rust is very powerful. No, every other language is powerful. Async async network mode. Uh, Now we need new thing, right? So I'll say packet stats. I'll just initialize these things. I'll say mutex new, and I should have a packet details new. I need to create these functions there, so maybe I could just copy this and paste it over here, and instead of this I'll say detect attacks. Instead of packet details I'll say attack detector dot new. Now these I need to do a new implementation of this thing. Okay guys, so please share this video with your friends as well. I'm sure if so we have 9 people watching. I guess it's Monday, so okay, so now let's just do these things. So I'll say impl tag detector. I'll say fn new. It will return a self, and self it says uh, then limit. For now we'll use 50. Maybe I could just copy these things. Um, Send limit, I'll call it 50. UDP limit 50. Limit 50. Time window, it will be duration from sex. We'll say, let's say 7 seconds. It will be hash map name. Let's copy this thing. Be right. uh, hash map new and instant new. Sorry, instead of 9 it should be now. So we have new, so new is closed here. Now let's do for this as well. mpl package details open new details. We have total packets 0 for now, because that will be just starting. So I'll copy these things, yank it, and just paste it. I'll have to let me just do this percentile SU64. I need to convert it into 0, and I need GC. So no, 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 no. Yes, 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 yes. And sorry. And I need to just do this thing over here. IPv4. I need a comma over here. Okay, so this is done. Amazing. We have 20 people watching and we have 10 likes. That is good. That is good. So guys, we have a record of 20 likes. Maybe we can do something. Okay, now from the if you are from the previous stream, you must have seen that there are few other methods on this attack detector thing, because this struct attack detector, it has all the main functions like detects in flood, UDP flood and all thing, and how we reset a window and all. So let's implement those as well. And one thing I'll tell you, if you have separate things like separate async task on Tokio, you can join those to handle them concurrently. So we'll do that here as well. So one function, one async task we will create that will do is that will process the things. So one thing that I need to mention, what was his name? Aditya. BR records do. What BR records like told is, so he mentioned one thing, that all of these things are done on OS level, right? So this thing has to be blocking because it waits on the OS to send the packets to read the info, right? So we will introduce, now that we are using async thing, but we need that in a blocking, we need a blocking code for that. So we will do that, and we'll yeah, we will do that. So okay, that is awesome. We have 10 likes. That is good. And let's quickly do this thing so that we can have our, we'll take break after some time. Amazing. So now we have done this thing inside this simple block. Now let's do one thing. We need to create those functions also as well, right? So I'll watch these functions, what did I created, and then I will start implementing those functions. Maybe I could, let me just do this. Maybe I can. Okay, so first function that we created over here is reset values, right? I'm not using alert utility here because that will be only an overhead, right? I need to implement this Tokio async runtime over here, so I'll do that. Maybe it's up to the guys that are watching. You can now check out the code, and start implementing send alerts in this. It's nothing, it will be same because it will be used in this thing. So you need to use two, keywords here as well, that is send and sync, in order to move those between, making them thread safe. So we'll do that, but first let's implement these functions. So first here I implemented, that is reset value. So what do we need to change in reset value? Nothing. We need no we no, don't need to change anything on the reset value. So we'll only write this function. So we have reset values function. So basically it will reset all the values after a certain limit is after the certain time window passed, right? What it will do, maybe so self dot, so it will reset everything, all our collections, sin collections. I'll just note that self dot tcp collection, self dot udp collection, and self dot window start, right? So it will be dot clear. That's how we clear this thing, right? All these are hash maps, so we will do this dot clear. And maybe we could, it would be instant. We will again reset it to current instant, right? This window start time will also be updated. So this was the recent value. This need not to be async, that's all right. Now what next? We have a function called can reset. So let's do this thing. Fn can reset, or maybe we can write another functions as well that are like important. So maybe we could copy this thing so it's not changed. Now we'll write first of all check syn flood, right? And this thing has to be async. Now here the async keywords come. Now it will make it async, and as soon as we are using async keyword to call this function, we need to use await for them as well. All right, now checks in flood. What does checks in flood do? It will check on the hash map. If the count on the hash map is greater than the limit, then it means it's a possible sin flood. So we and why are we using mute self? Because we need to modify the collection as well, right? And it will take a IP, right? It takes an IP. Yes, it takes an IP that will be of type IP address. And what does it return? It will return a bool value. We'll call it, right? So we'll check, we'll say let mute count is equal to self dot sin collection dot entry. This is what we do. uh, I have tell you last time that this was introduced on the book as well, that how there was a exercise that calculates duplicate, right? So it uses that function on the book. So and how we do that, we do it like this, right? And we'll check if count is greater than self dot sin limit, then we'll print that possible sin flood detected. What do you say? Maybe we could say from here I could use source IP, right? And yeah, possible sin flood detected, I can use IP. Once I do this, I will return true from here, and if it's nothing, then I'll return Maybe, directly I return false from here. A variable need not to be mutable. Why? Okay then. So the same goes for DDoS and UDP flood as well. So I'll check for async FN check UDP flood. So I'm not checking any messages right now. I will do it later. I don't think we have like much audience, but that's all right. So we have 10 likes and 14 people watching. Great. Guys, if you are liking this stream, please say hi on the chat. Again, it will return a bool, and it will take a mute self and IP address of kind. Right, so I'll check if I'll do the same thing. I'll say let count is equal to self dot UDP section dot entry. I'll check for IP dot or insert 0, and I'll do count plus equals 1, and I'll check again if count is greater than UDP limit. Then I'll print some statement and return true from here, and if it's not, then I'll return false from here. It makes sense, right? Let me just possible UDP flood detected from IP FRC, maybe IP. So we are not naming it source, that's all right. Now let's check for DDoS as well. Amazing. We can use 9 more likes. Async, and we'll check for DDoS. We'll use this address. I'll check bool. Again, I'll check that. Maybe I should copy this thing instead of doing this thing. I'll simply update these things. I'll say packet or TCP collection, and here I'll have DDoS limit. Possible UID DOS. Right. Ooh, we have 12 likes. That is amazing. That is amazing. Das ist good. Das ist good. and I am sure the stream should be going fine. So, guys, you can interact in chat as well, you know. So, I can see we have around 23 concurrent viewers right now. Uh, Prudvi, Redu, I'm from India. I'm not sure if you are India or not. I'm from India, Uttarakhand. Where are you from, somebody? Prudvi. Uh, you are from India. Yeah. Uh, okay, that is good. I'm from India, UK. So we have this as well. So we have another thing over here that we created that should we restart that time window or not. Now that we have created, I built these tools in Python. That is amazing. That is great. That is good. So how much how what was the your DSA must be really good, or is it experience from your job? No, I am not very well in DSA. I was not always a DSA heavy guy. Possibly it is due to, when you work, you tend to think like that way. So only few things you need to think around, and everything is mostly built upon these things, and you improve. That's it. I was not always a DSA guy. Mayank. So yeah, thank you for being on the chat. So Prithvi, how do you find working with Python like these tools? Was it uh, you know easier to build? I mean, are you a Python dev or learning Python, or an experience guy on Python? Guys, one thing I need to tell you, please, please, it's very easy. Okay. Hey buddy, I am new to open source and wanna contribute to GSOC. Please suggest some tips. Musa, if you want to contribute to GSOCs, you can go on GSOC, site. There are projects there. So, like, build yourself, make yourself comfortable around these projects. Pick any of them according to you. You can suggest, you can filter these out. And one more thing, please don't do unnecessary pushes and you know and PRs and all. So you can search those things out, and then you can take one project that is up to your skill set or tech stack that you are using, and start taking clone in local. Make sure to delete the .git file for starters. And I'm sure, I think you are aware of these things, right? So but again, as a disclaimer, I'm telling you this so that you don't do any, things onto this thing. So if you remove that thing, it will be unlinked. Yeah. Yep. I have been doing Rust for Solana program development, but I can't think of using Rust this way. This way means like, uh, This is my Git repo. Hello, Krishna. Okay, that's fine. Mayank. So yeah, you can search those out, Musa. And have you mastered the concept of callback promises and async await? No, I'm just learning it. So are you asking about JavaScript or because mastering on that thing is completely different to here? Yes, I have had created few videos on callback, but again, those things are completely different from mastering. Developing tools and using too many developing tools and using so many Rust concepts. Yes, 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 yes. It's so yeah, repo once. Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. JavaScript. Oh yeah, yeah. I'll not say I have mastered it, but yes, I have used those concepts pretty well on my projects that I did when I was you know in my previous organizations. So we have a very good mentor there. So I was okay, I did went through Rustling book and Rustlings using Arc and other thing, but never really used them. Yes, I mean, so the same thing was I was struck with that I did one thing. Uh, I did one thing like I have gone through all the things like I read the official book, then I gone like go started implement doing Rustling as well. So now I'm stuck like where should I well like what should I do? Then I thought that why don't I create these things, take help from Google, how do you do this? And that is how I'm learning this thing. For web development, what I did was like I have a Node.js server. I started, you know, I started small things on my from my Node.js server. I created them in Rust using Actix Web. So I tried to replicate my Node.js server. That is the best thing I could take reference from. So I have this thing. I know the logic. I know how these layers work, like on that side. Now and then I tried replicating this on the using Actix Web. So I was able to do that. But I think that thing is completely different from these things that I'm doing here. So though the language same, but the way of thinking is different. Mm-hmm. In those concept, Basil. Okay, one more thing. OSS repos are so big. How to start if working on a new repo? Ah, So, I mean, okay, I would also love to build such project. I will start with from exam, new ethics. I guess people uses a lot. Uh, okay, then Tokyo. Okay, okay, yeah, sure, sure. Uh, little JavaScript. Okay, in those concepts are used so many times. Promises are used. Basil. And what else did you ask? Promises are used. Async await are used. Callbacks, no. I mean, it's good to know, but I think promises and async await, these will do. These are, you should master them. Callback, you should know, right? But promises and async await. You create a promise, and then you know, use these things. What else is there? Krishna, hi. This is my Git repo. I cannot see it. Prithvi, keep it clean. Yes. Yes, Onimusha. You can like go it that way. Did Onimusha ask that, right? How do we contribute to GSOC? Okay, Musa said, and yeah. So Musa, you can go that way. I also have contributed to one of the uh, my PR got merged there. So if just take help from the maintainers as well, before doing anything. so they will help you out. But this is only for like contributing to a good GSOC company. And from there, once you you add some value to their thing, you can ask them to mentorship. Maybe they will tell you better that how you create a proposal and all. So they will definitely help you out. Community is wide and supporting. uh Manimusha, use the product best way to explore, find bugs rather than going through all the file. Correct, correct, correct. I would also love to build such projects. Yes, Mayank, you can, for if you are using Exam, then you can start with a simple CRUD application, connect with it with the database and all. All right, now let's go here. So, okay, so now that we have used a time window, we also need to a function, right, that will check how when the time will elapsed. When the timer will pass, and we need to reset all the things. We need setting projects locally or using the product really helps a lot finding new contribution. Correct, correct. The first thing, like a roadblock kind of thing, is to set it up locally and running it. So yeah, and I guess the maintainers are super helpy, and I was stuck there too. They even out like did something out of their zone. They even like they connected with me and helped me setting up at locals. Even like spoon feed me at that time, I will say. I want to move from web development to advanced project like these. Where to start? These are not like advanced projects. These are a different, uh, you know, kind of, what should I say, a category of this thing. So web development is also good. Any specific reasons you want to move out? India and the world. Uh, I guess web development is good too. So let's build this function. So I'll say fn should reset. How do we know we need to reset? We need to check the time, right? We'll also return a bool from here, and we'll check if self dot window start that we created, right? And so it's a duration. It will return a duration if it is maybe equal to, right, greater than equal to self dot time window. So earlier, previously, what we did was we kind of take it in a variable, then return. Mm-hmm. Okay, I want to move from the word to advanced. Okay, no, just want to understand the tech stack better. Okay, okay. Yes, you can start using side projects. I mean, I thought that you are moving out, that you are completely, you made up your mind. But you can take, as a side project. So you can do it like that. So I mean, there are guys, very good guys on this chat, like very experienced as well, and also some of them are from the different field as well. I guess one of the guys was working like like creating some smart contracts on Solana, right, Mayank? So maybe you guys can connect and start, uh, try to help. Okay, okay. Uh, so this thing. So the window start if it's elapsed from the it if the window start time, if it's greater than the time window, then we need to reset. We need to reset the frame, everything, the function that we return. correct. Now let's so we have defined, I think, everything. Let me just check on this thing if there is any function left. Hmm. No. Right. Okay. Now we are, I think, it's good here, right? So we have package. I'm not writing this alert utility again. uh, so it's already written for process monitor, and it has been written for the thread based implementation of this scan like network monitor. So we can, I mean, skip that thing. uh, for the people who are unaware of what alert utility we wrote, hello Sahil, it's like replacing these print statements. Instead of these things, I have created a utility where I just structure the messages or the alerts and the severity of those things, alerts and a description and all, into a struct. And that struct can be used as a as a parameter to send it outside to the third party API or your dashboard API. You can create an API so that our dashboard or something that can consume it. So that's what we wrote. So it's on the repo if you guys want to check out. Okay, now guys, please, I mean, I'm not sure if anyone is watching, I mean, this code. Are you able to read these things? I mean, are you able to see what I'm doing, or do I need to zoom in? I know I've been asking it like around after an hour, but let me know if you want to, you know, if you want something to zoom in. Or we haven't used browser right now, but we will do, because we have some thing that we can do. Search. I am working as, okay. I am working as a web developer, Mayank. Just wait a minute, guys. Someone is at the door. Where was I? Yes, now let's start working here. So we did this thing. Now let's check on the other like our previous implementation. What did we implemented? So maybe I could just open this thing on the window here, so you guys can have idea. How should I remove this? Okay, this thing, right? So this is the alert utility, that why I was saying that this thing is already there. Maybe when you will merge these two things together, you can just try to implement this thing. Uh, you know so we have packet detail, we have this thing, we have detect attacks, we have these functions already created, right? Can reset, is UDP flood, is SYN flood, and all and all and all. So instead of this entire result like println statement, we will use our alert utility that we created like this. So this is my repo. It's already pinned on the chat. You guys can cool 5 years man. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yep. So yeah, so you guys can check these things out. I created a separate branch to create that to implement Tokio, so that you can do this thing. Now is DDoS, we already did that. We are here now. So we haven't created this thing alert. Okay, so for the new guys, why I did this, why I created I'm using din keyword over here, and this is the trait, right? Alert handler is a trait, as you can see it over here. I created a trait alert handler. This is for like making it get going along with the threads between the threads, like, right? So, and I created this trait item handle alert with that, right? And I'm using alert handler trait because I can instead of currently I'm doing this on like for console, but these alerts can be saved to a log file as well, right? Up to file logs, and you can send them as a notifications as well. So that is why this trait will be implemented by all of these three structs, like console alert handler, file alert handler, notification alert handler. So this handle trait will have different definition on each things. Currently it's printing, right? And on the file it would it should be doing an IO operation. On the notification it should be using third party APIs to send the data using this alert struct that we created. And I used din because all these three things, console, file, and notification, the size would be different, right? And din will allow us to detect size at runtime rather than compile time. Okay, so I did that thing. And I'm using vector. Why I'm using vector? Because I'll let's if I want to process the three things together, not together, let's say all the three thing or all the three things, instead of console I want to process it on the console as well. I want to save it a log file as well. I want to send it a notification as well. So on the vector I can push all these three things, like I am pushing by default as a console alert handler. I can on the I can create some function that will add like push the file and notification alert handler into this vector as well. And then I can loop in vector and process continue, like through the loop I can process all of these three things. So this way I can process these three things. That's why I keep the alert handler as a vector. If it's only for console, then I don't need a vector. I can simply use arc and box. I can only use I can use a singular identity over here instead of going through vector. Okay, so you can check this out on the repo. Right now we need get interface function, so we'll implement these things, right? I already implemented it on threadbased, so it would be same. A few things that need to implement. we need to create few things. Now that you are using we are using async runtime of Tokio. Now we need separate functions for processing and sending, because we are going to you know send the packets through the async pipelines of Tokio, right? So we'll use mpsc or instead of standard in Rust, std create in Rust, sorry, std module in Rust. I will use Tokyo's mpsc. Okay, and inside that mpsc I have unbounded channels. And what does unbounded channel do? They help us to create they help us to send and receive the items, the transmitter and receiver, like the messages they sends, right? They subscribe to all the events and all. So they help us to do that asyncly. They they don't block. So all these things are implemented under those unbounded channel. So we have unbounded sender and receiver as well, so we'll use these two. So these things will do. So we have 18 likes and 20 people watching. Maybe any one of like these, any one of you, if two likes are there, then we will at least touch our current record of 20 likes. Maybe we could surpass that. So now let's get this thing, how to get the interface. So this interface itself has a we spend quite of time debugging why we use en0, because in Mac the wlen0 is is not a name in there. It's for, I think, Ubuntu or other Linux distros. It's en0 and en1 here on the Mac. So I specify this thing, specifically I try to find from the list of interfaces. So this interfaces is a vector, so it has a vector. So what we did was we run that thing, so we had a vector of all the interfaces lined up, right? So but we need only en0 because we are connected to Wi-Fi, and we need the traffic on our Wi-Fi. So I used en0, and interface should be up, and it should not be a loop back. It's a must have condition. Okay, interface should be up. You can make en0 up from the terminal as well, like from a command. I don't remember the command, but it's something like netstat en0 up, something like that. I'm not sure if it's a netstat. Maybe we could search. Where is the browser? uh, en0 up from terminal macOS. So it's a simple command, I think. Yes, if config. Okay, if config en0 up. So you need to make sure it's up. You know, so you can up this time. If it's if it's not up and you are not able to find out en0. If you are working on a Linux-based system, you can check for wlen0, wlen1, or something like that. IP from the IP config, you can check out the interface. So now let's go here, and I will explain each method as well. Okay, so now let's implement this thing, get interface. So all right, so we'll do public function get interface. Okay, and what it will return? It will return a option of network interface. It's from pnets data link. So if you guys are wondering, let me just push the crates.io. Oh, sorry, crates.io, pnet. This is the crate that I'm using. So that's in chat. So you can see how this crate plays between the three layers, that is data link, transport, and what else? uh, so transport layer, so 3, 4, and 5 layer, I think. From the OSI model, it plays between them. You also need to add another crate as well, that is called pcap, so packet capture. So this thing. Okay. So this will return interface. Again, I'll use nothing on it. So what it says let interface equal to interfaces. So I need so I think the interfaces, what is that guy? What was his name? He was saying about some BPF filter, right? What was his name? ED BR records. Yep. So BR record interface for the current machine. I think this PNet data link BPF interfaces. I think this will introduce BPF filter if I use interfaces from this thing. But I'll choose to use from the data link. So we will not deviate from this thing. I will continue continually using this data links interfaces, not of BPF. So it's already a method written over here for interfaces that it will, I think, find out the interfaces from the BPF. There is a struct, I think, a BPF. It has an associated function of this thing. So we'll look for this. Now I have this vector. So what I'll do, I will loop into it. So dot into iter, and I'll use as an method called this thing, and it it will, where is the pipe, this thing, and I'll take it this thing. Now I will make sure that I face dot name should be en0, and I face should be is up, and it should not be is loopback. Okay, and this thing, yeah, interfaces, instead of this I'll call it this inter I'll name it interfaces. Okay. Neovim. Yes, Kapiloja. Neovim. Correct. So this thing, so this is the function to get all the interfaces. Now so previously I wrote start scanning network. It will get interface, and that interface would be passed on to start monitoring, and then I have a start monitoring function that will process that interface and try to extract use the channel ethernet, and there we will have a packets. So that loop, that infinite loop that that guy was talking about happens inside this thing. So but we need to create, now we need to use to send the packet through the async pipeline of Tokio. And so we need to create a function that will capture the packets and send those, and another function that will process those packets. So we need to do that. So we'll maybe create async. I will create a function. Let's name it capture packets. I'm not sure if I'm, maybe capture packets is the correct function. It will take an interface because on the somewhere we will create a function that will start the this network scanning. So first of all we need to figure out interface, and that interface will be passed on these function from where we will do those things. So this interface is of course of type network interface, right? Network interface, this is the option that is getting returned from the interface. We'll use get interface dot unwrap for that to get these things. Okay, or maybe yeah, we'll do that. And another thing that we need is we need a sender, right? And I already told what it would be. It will be MPSC, but not from the standard sync MPSC. We'll use Tokio sync MPSC, right? It has unbounded sender, and it will we need to also define something, right? What it does. So we need to pass out packets, right? And these packets will be of type vector of these things, sorry, these things, right? Like we discussed, so the payload is of type u8, right? So we need to pass it. which distro which distro lazy vim? Yes, 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 yes. So instead of this u8, maybe we could we can create a kind of we can maintain an enum, how many network events are there. We can do that. And if we have capture packets over here, we should have you know maybe payload is of type u8. So maybe instead of specifying these things, what does it needs? It would be needing an it needs a generic type, right? So maybe we can create an event, no, I mean an enum that has all those things. That enum should have status, these things, a flags maybe, and something like that. So earlier we created each functions for IPv4 and IPv6. uh, I'm just thinking, should I go how should I, instead of maintaining it later, why shouldn't I start from here only? While implementing, I should use some best practices like maintaining an enum for these things. So guys, we have 18 likes, and yeah, so maybe if this is the async network mon, right? We can always We can maintain an enum of packet type, because here I'll have IP, so it will have IPv4 TCP packets, IPv4 UDP, and IPv6 TCP, IPv4 UDP. I don't know if I'm making sense. And definitely we are going to use this on match statement, right? This enum. So when on the exhaustive case we can pass, we have to use other as well, so that we can use the exhaustive case, and we will do other on that. So these are some cases. Oh, sorry. Mm, Comma. Okay, we can do this. And syn flood on TCP IPv6. And I hope you know why we use enum, because when the possibilities are fixed, then we use enum. If we have a fixed it's a camel case, you know when we have fixed set of possibility, then we can use enums. uh, so from our past experience, you can because we are going to print this thing, so we can use debug instead of rather bugging around the error. So we'll first do this thing. Here I can now the packet type, instead of we'll have to maintain a processed packet as well, because we will send a raw packet generated from OS. We'll pass it through the async pipeline, and we will process up this packet as well. So uh, we could do that. So process, let me just go here. uh, Maybe process UDP packet, right? So it has an IP, so we can check it in a type, right? If we are making it a struct, and based on the packet type we can just use match statement that we just created. uh, I hope everything is going to make sense when we run this program. Struct, uh, we can call it processed packet. It has an IP of IP address. IP is already dictated, so maybe I could do this. A type, instead of type I should strictly specifically define what is the packet type, and I already did that. Packet type already I made this thing. Okay, now enum. So what if I pass this entire thing? uh, so because if I do this IP dot payload, it returns me an array of U8, that payload. Hmm. So okay, so let's go here. That's all right. It has been done. Send values to associated, and but it needs something. Maybe we can say Tokyo. uh, where is this, right? Channels, connect spawn, we'll do that later. So message passing, Tokyo sync mutex, MPSC, multiprocessor single consumer channel, many values can be sent. Yes, we'll do that. uh, we'll use MPSC. So let's click this thing. Okay, we are here on the documentation, guys. Let me just check one thing. Okay. Oh, I was just checking my phone because I'm using it as a camera. I thought someone, might be calling or messaging. I just got notification here. I think the desktop is charged. Laptop is charged. So let's remove this thing. Yeah. So it has unbounded sender for synchronous, and this thing I just need to see one thing. This implementation is given section which has to is okay. Unbounded. We are using unbounded sender, right? So T. Send values to an associated receiver. Yes, we will create a receiver, and there we will check if what are these things. So unbounded send, we'll use send and we'll pass packets through it. Instead of T, instead of message, we'll pass packets. Okay, so this T is basically packet that will pass, right? So it could be anything. Is not mark async because sending a message to an unbounded channel never requires any form of waiting. Because of this, the send method can be used in both synchronous and asynchronous code without problem. If the receiver of the channel is a close, either to close or having a receiver, having a drop, the function returns an error. This error includes value passed to send. So this is the channel, MPSC unbounded channel that is created, and and mm-hmm, mm-hmm. We have unbounded sender here, and so this it could be anything, right? uh, hmm. So it says it created an unbounded channel, so it has a transmitter and a receiver, right? Transmitter and a receiver. So unbounded channel, so it has uh, maybe we could strong count downgrade clone from. So either it's a shutdown, right? Or okay, we have 19 likes, guys. That is awesome. That is awesome, 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 awesome. And people, one thing I want to tell you, you don't have to subscribe if you are not, related to this thing. That's all right. So yeah, you can only, it would be good if you like this stream. Okay. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. 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 Now, maybe you could search here how to use Tokio async runtime to capture packets in a network and rest. Now we are stuck here. UDP socket is bind by packet capture like this. But we want, I must state, using MPSC, unbounded channel, unbounded CHA channel. So we'll create unbounded channel. We have unbounded receiver over here, but and receiver stuck dealing with the method. Okay, that's fine, but we need to send the packets, right? So if I so so this must be a sender here, right? Sender, because I'll call this capture packets. I'll call these 2 3 methods to run on async when I'll join those things. I'll use tokio.try join, and inside all these things, these are the async method that will run simultaneously, right? uh, so one will be packet capture, another one will be packet processing, and third one will be displaying status task, display the stats. So these three will run. Now when I capture like packet capture thing, I will pass an interface, also pass an sender, because the sender will send the thing to the packet processing task. It has a receiver. So this is a packet capture task, and let's imagine, and this is a packet processing task, right? So packet capture task will have sender. It will send the packet to packet processing method. It has a receiver, so it will send, it will receive and process the packets and send it to next thing, that is stats or the identification of SYN or UDP. But I'm stuck here. What should I pass it, because it's a sender? So it would have been a what is a type of let's go for unbounded channel, because somewhere I'll have this function. Maybe let's comment this thing first. So somewhere I'll have this function. I'll say public async fn. I'll say start monitor. Maybe start network monitor. I'll have something like this, right? I'll start network monitor, and it will have an interface, right? The interface already detected, that is of type network interface, and it will return a result, and it will be box of then error plus send plus sync. Now let's call this thing as well box, right? It would be something like this, uh, right? I'll have this thing kind of thing, and here I will use this function. I'll use this function, right? I'll use this thing. So now it passes an thing over here. So I need okay, amazing, we have 20 likes. We have 20 likes. That is good. So it says on this thing it is passing it. Maybe we could check the types. Let's see how it goes. I'll call it let it will be sender and receiver, right? And it would be mpsc from mpsc already declared, and unbounded channel, right? This is the unbounded channel, and yeah, unbounded channel. This returns, let's say it, okay, let's call it this thing. It cannot infer types, I can see it only half, so I'll just cargo build. It will take some time. So I need something. It says cannot infer the type of uh, t, so this t has to be a type. I need to do something like it says exit. I can okay, so that's why it, like, I can pass it as a unit type, but if I want to make it more strict, then I'll have to be, using something, but let's see. So what I'll do here is now here I will use join. I said, right? uh, I said try join, tokio dot try join. I'll do this, and inside this thing I'll pass some methods like self this is in self dot, I'll say I created, right, capture packets. I'll pass interface, and I'll pass a sender, right? And then again I'll do self dot process packets. These thing will be done simultaneously. It will be a receiver, and now I'll say self dot maybe display stats, right? I'll can say this, no, we expect these things over here. And what does it return? uh, Try join. Maybe I could do this. No, type annotation needed, cannot infer type. So this thing is the problem here. I cannot see the full message, so I'll do cargo build. Okay, it says no method found. That is all right, no problem, because we haven't created these things. It says could not find network monitor. Yes, because it's async network mon now, so we need to update the main file as well. Okay, guys, let me check my phone. I think I have some, important call coming. It's already 1:56. No, 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 no. So cannot infer type. Maybe I could, let's create these things first. So I'll do something like this. So the main motive of writing this function is I will do something like this, so that I'll pass a sender, I'll pass a receiver, and I'll display the states, like the stats, right? So this is what I'll do. And displaying stats is quite simple. If I already have written that thing, so I just need to copy it from here. The only thing that I need to implement these two things, capture packet and process packet. Capture packet is I only have to modify the functions that I have written just to use the channel now. So 80% of the work is I can copy from the my thread based implementation. So that's not an issue. The issue is this thing. It needs, it cannot infer the type. I cannot pass it a unit type because I can pass it, right? So what it says, if I go here, it is also passing a unit type, right? And it's just using this thing, and it's spawning, spawn this receiver. So this thing. Uh, so we have 20 likes. That is great. 25 people watching. Amazing. And yeah. Yes. So guys, you know, if you are, if you have any suggestion on this thing, please feel free to give it to me. I think we are quite stuck here. Maybe cannot infer type annotation needed. I can create my own thing, right? So if I create a kind of, let's say, any event type over here, let's say network event, uh, so this way, I need, so first of all I need to check types on this thing, right? So maybe I could get help here. MPSC channel and async functions. It's the uh, cannot input type. Hmm. Okay, create an engine with capacity at most 32. Uh, 32. It says Tokyo dots. So it's MPSC. But I need unbounded channel. Unbounded channel. Can I search it somewhere? No. MPSC channel. So it's using standard this thing over here. I would like to, use how to. No, not this. Over this thing. Tokyo can't infer type. Okay, string. So if your compiler cannot infer the type T, you will encounter error. To resolve this, you can explicitly specify the type when creating the channel or when sending a message. So if it's a message, like it's a completely string thing, So I can do this thing. But if I want to do this thing, I'll do this thing. uh, I'll need to like because I mm, so our packet would be we need to understand this thing. So it is a type. So if it's a, it says you can specify a type. If it's like it's a message, so I specify this thing, a string. So I could, you know, I could specify some things as well. So if I create an, I need to pass a this thing like vector of u8. So maybe I could instead of string, that's what I was doing it like earlier, right? So I can say vec of u8 if this makes sense. Uh, Comma. Sorry, why comma? I forgot this thing. No, no. Arey yaar. If I'm using this thing, then why I'm doing this? So now it says cannot, no method name capture. Okay, that is fine. But it's still, it is cannot infer type. Still, I'm getting this error. So it was not an issue of why I did u8 because I'll pass packet payload to process, and that is a vector of u8 that we learned from the previous implementations on this stream, like on the previous streams. So hmm, hmm, what should we have to do in this? Back u8. So guys, if you have any expertise here, maybe you could help. Maybe I should create these functions first. What do you say? Maybe I could create these things, then see if it's the, if like if error persists. Hmm, hmm. Maybe let me just push this thing on git. So it's a async implementation started. Right, maybe you can check this out. Take a local copy. I'm not merging it into a main, it will be a separate branch because it's a sole implementation only. So I mean, things are simple here, but I need to figure out this thing. So it's a packet, right? So pay. So maybe we should, do this thing. So unbounded sender, I will can use a vector of u8 like this. Hmm. What do you say? What do you say? What do you say, guys? I'll do something like it will be a result of this thing. Box in error plus send plus sync. Here I'll have these things. Here I'll have maybe I could create a type instead of using vac8 kind of thing. I can create a types of enum. I mean, I can create an enum that will I can pass it inside as a type. I can pass it as a type in the unbounded channel. So again, so let's not think. So Tokyo, I'll say spawn. So I was wondering, how do you spawn Tokyo? Let's spawn the Tokyo spawning. Uh, Tokyo.spawn, get some async work, but I need a blocking spawn because I'll have to, this thing is it needs to be blocking in the async environment because at OS level it will wait to for the packets. Assign to a variable Dipanshu Singh Papon, assign to a variable and use match statement. Match statement. Okay. On. No. I was asking about this thing. I'm not sure what you are referring to. I was asking about this thing because this packet will have this thing because I only need to pass the payload to the next methods, right? That's what we did in thread implementation though. So that thing was a vector of u8. That payload was a vector of u8. So maybe that could be the type of that will be traveled across the channels. So vec u8 will be the type that will travel from the unbounded from the sender to receiver, right? Like we saw in this documentation, right? If I need to pass the message across that channel, if it's a string, then I'll use a string. That means a string will be passed between the sender and receiver. Now I need to pass the payload. So that payload has the type of vec u8. And how I identify this thing? I'm not an expert, but we from the last all our implementation, we yeah, if you remember, we checked the type of the payload, right? We printed that thing how the payload is. It was a vector of u8s, right? So I could assume this thing because payload will be only the thing that will be transferred. So that's why. But I need a blocking spawn because this thing has to be blocking because it will wait for the OSs because I need packets. So it has to be blocking. So Tokyo.spawn will spawn. It says for some thing, but if we have something like I heard it spawn blocking Tokyo. Spawn blocking Tokyo. Hello Dipanshu. Hello, hello. It's 2:12. I need to constantly. I need to constantly check my phone to see if I got any, messages or something like that. So a spawn blocking function. Okay, so it's under Tokyo task. It's under Tokyo task. It's not under Tokyo. It's Tokyo has been already imported. Tokyo sync, Tokyo try join. So maybe I could have something over here as well. Uh, say task, right? So I could use it over here. I'll say task spawn blocking. Issuing a blocking call or performing a lots of compute in a future without yielding is problematic. Runs a provided closure on a thread pool where blocking is acceptable. Spawn more blocking threads when they are requested through this function until the upper limit configured. So we can use this. Now I need a function over here, right? So I'll need a closure, and this closure would be, let's what I will just outline what we'll have to do. Just don't take it literally, because we need, of course, we need a return type on this thing and everything. So here I'll use channel that we use ethernet, sorry, data link dot channel, and that channel, I'll, again, I'll have ethernet that has a, transmitter and receiver, and then I'll loop on this receiver. On that receiver dot next, I'll have a packet. That packet I will send on the thing. That packet I will send. So I'll use this the channel that I'm been passing. I'll use that things send method and pass that packet over here. So this thing I can, always go on repo. We already written this thing, right? Where we fetch the, like, where we did this thing, right? So we'll do this. We'll copy this thing, and here only start blocking. We'll do this thing. So we'll say data link dot channel, and we'll do ethernet, pnet packet ethernet. Okay. uh, uh, this thing itself has to be, you know this thing, uh, what do you say, guys? correcti, correcto. Now this thing, what is this thing? What is this thing? What is this thing? What is this thing? VD, I'll have to move it inside. Is this box result and then this thing? So I'll have RX and mute RX. Now so you see here on the process packets, I'll send it now because I'm using that pipeline. I already told you, right? So I'll have bi sender dot, it has a send function that takes a packet and it's a vector of u8, right? uh, this won't be a problem. I have some syntax issue, I guess. What the because I copied it. Where is this thing? Blocking. Okay, spawn blocking. This has to be removed, right? No, spawn blocking. I mean, it needs a closure. Hmm? Maybe I should remove this thing. It's all messed up. Oh my god. 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 Let's do it again. Okay. Right. So I'll say task dot spawn blocking and I'll do this. It will return a result of unit type and a box of dynamic error, and that adds up the trait of send and sync, right? Here I will have this thing. Here now I will copy this thing. What do you say, guys? Are you guys even bored yet? Hmm? Tell me, is it brain freeze already? I did. I mean, I have it. I'll just not copy entire thing. I'll just first of all use this thing. Maybe I could have it this uh da 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 da. Now I'll just loop it. I mean this hopefully after here I have this thing. Now I have another issue. Instead of this thing, I'll have sender dot send and I'll pass the packets. So amazing, we have 22 likes. That is good. Now on the spawn blocking part, we need to of course await, and on inside this this thing, this entire thing, it is passing a unit thing, right? So maybe what is this loop? Inside here I can just do this because this closure is returning something. It says it's unreachable, but why? maybe I could add a break over here. That's what that guy was saying. uh, and instead of panic, I can return error. uh, Return error. Correct. And the same goes for return error. An error occurred. It takes one argument only. And if it's okay, again I'll have to return this thing. Hmm. Mismatched type. Expected a unit type. I'll break it if it's a next, and if it's a packet, then sender dot send. And if it's a error, I'll and what about this thing? After this thing also I'll have to do this thing. Okay, now something is, consider adding a semicolon here. Consider adding a semicolon here, play here as well, because it is taking it as a return type. No, because it's been a wait here. Expected tuple struct found struct. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. uh, Variant takes, so maybe I could format it, because it only takes one variant. So maybe I could say format uh format. What the heck is this? Mismatched type. निन्नी, इंद्रेश चौहान, निन्नी आ रही है? हाँ यार, 2:30 बज गया है. मे बी वी कुड. लेकिन भाई ये चुल्ल कैसे मिटाऊं? ये चुल्ल भी तो मिटानी है यार. ये ईथरनेट एक्सपेक्टेड टू कंस्ट्रक्ट. कार्गो बिल्ड. ठीक है, ये देख रहे हैं, इसके बाद बंद कर देंगे. हम्म. यहाँ पे कुछ क्या बोल रहा है? कैंडिडेट डिफाइंड इन एम्पल इनटू. अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा, ओ हो, दिस एरर अकर्ड हेयर, रिटर्न फॉर्मेट डॉट इनटू. ये भी करेगा क्या? डॉट इनटू. अच्छा, ये तो स्ट्रिंग पे लगेगा ना यार. इनटू. ठीक हो गया. अब ये कह रहा है यहाँ पे इसने भसड़ मचाई है. ये कह रहा है यहाँ पे इसको चैनल डॉट ईथरनेट एक्सपेक्ट फाउंड स्ट्रक्ट. मैंने कुछ गलत इंपोर्ट कर दिया है क्या? लेट्स गो ऑन टॉप. ईथरनेट, इसको हटा दो यहाँ से. हाँ, अब ये चाहिए ना यहाँ पे, क्योंकि नेक्स्ट इसमें नहीं है ना, इसे टूपल टूपल चाहिए जिससे कि वो, बट वो मैंने क्या स्ट्रक्ट इंपोर्ट कर दिया है. ईथरनेट, यही तो है. यही तो है दादा. फाउंड स्ट्रक्ट. आई नीड अ टूपल वेरिएंट. चैनल्स की बात हो रही है ना, तो डेटा लिंक, डेटा लिंक, डेटा लिंक, डेटा लिंक, डेटा लिंक. use pnet data link channel ethernet. तो अब हट गया ना। अच्छा, अब ये कह रहा है कि इसको चाहिए भैया वेक्टर ऑफ u8, लेकिन पैकेट क्या है चेक करते हैं। कार्गो बिल्ड, ये कह रहा है इसको मिला है ये रेफरेंस, लेकिन इसको चाहिए ये। तो अच्छा, इसको ये चाहिए ना एक पैकेट रिसीव्ड। तो इसको वो कर दो ना यार, वैक्यूएट चाहिए ना। अब सेंडर के पास जो है वो छोर है। चलो इसको देखेंगे बाद में, ये बढ़िया चीज़ हो रही है भाई। पेलोड, सॉरी पैकेट, पैकेट डॉट पेलोड नहीं है ना इसमें, पैकेट। चलो इसको देखेंगे। हाँ, 3 बजे। ऑल राइट। हाँ, वो मैंने वो छोटे कर रखी है ना एडिटर, वो मोबाइल व्यू के लिए। तो वो बिल्ड करके ही देख पा रहा है, वो उधर को भाग जा रहा है, पता नहीं कहाँ पर। तो गाइस, this thing was important, how we like pass messages in a async channel. So we use unbounded channel for that. So that unbounded channel, what it does is it will help us to send the, without blocking, it will help us to send the messages. So, and we need unbounded sender, unbounded receiver. For that unbounded sender we will send the packets, unbounded receiver we will receive those packets and process. So you see, this was quite a different implementation that threadbase. So that's why I said threadbase is simpler to implement. But if you are going to go prod grade and up modify or improve that thing, you need to implement these async runtime like Tokio. So this is little bit complicated, little bit नहीं, मतलब अच्छा खासा, it is ठीक ठाक complicated, but it will improve the thing. It will, instead of relying on systems for threads, it will, we can handle concurrent tasks with this, like millions of concurrent tasks. So I'll have to take leave now. Maybe we will do this later, next time. I mean, we'll start this next time. For now, I can just uh, uh, add this thing again. So the code is on GitHub. You guys can check that out. For now, I'll take your leave. I'll have to go. Lunch time. Bye bye, guys. And don't forget to share this video. You don't have to really subscribe to it if you are, don't getting the, if you're not getting anything from it. So that's all right. You can like the video though. And that is fine. See you later, guys. Bye bye.